Welcome back to Miles Around. It's time for our second in the driver's seat. We're going to take a look at this. It's the brand new Hyundai Veracruz. There's not many places in the world that you get to see this vehicle. One of them is right here in the Miles Around studio. Now, Hyundai is an enormous company. They have the largest shipbuilding company in the world. They have a semiconductor plant, and they also make some of the best automobiles. Dennis?
You know, the thing about it is, it isn't just one thing. It's the way that Hyundai can take their technology and go forward with it. Now, Hyundai's had some ups and downs in the United States, and I think that that's gone past them for now. This little vehicle right here has a 3.8 liter V6, a ton of room, a third row, and a lot of amenities at the price point. Now, we'll take a look at some of those things inside. We'll take a look and talk about how it drives, but for now, let's take a look under the hood.
Now we've popped the hood of the Hyundai Veracruz, and you can see the V6 engine here. It looks like to me, and I don't know if it looks like to you, Dennis, it sits kind of low. There's like 4 inches at the back and about 6 inches at the front here. Almost looks like it calls for a V8 under the hood. Now, we recently saw a vehicle very similar to this, which was the Mazda CX-9, and that was also powered by a V6. And that almost seems to be adequate for this size of vehicle.
V6 is adequate. You know, when you're looking at everybody being power hungry, and yeah, we just talked about an SRT8 Jeep, and yeah, sure, 425 horsepower would be great in a Hyundai, but do you really need it? The buyers of these type of vehicles are looking for ample power, 260 horsepower, 257 pounds-feet of torque, running through an optional all-wheel drive system on the SE, standard on the Limited, and a 6-speed automatic transmission with a Shiftronic or shiftable automatic transmission mode. It's everything you really need in the vehicle. These are car-based platforms. They're not heavy full-frame truck platforms like a Yukon or a Denali. It really is a kind of a station wagon and an SUV clothing, and that's not bad. That's what the public wants these days. Nice tires and wheels, good brakes, solid feel, really does lend it to being that big car in a small car's world. You know, I think a lot of people are going to find what they're looking for, that sense of stability and the sense of power, but don't have to park a land yacht when they get into the driveway. We're going to take a look at some of the things on the inside as well, and we're going to take a look at the driving dynamics, but for now, I got to say, it does have a nice feel when you're on the road. As we take a look around the outside of the 2007 Hyundai Veracruz, it's kind of a mismatch of a lot of different things. I like the grille. I like the fact that if you can actually see this, it actually feels, well, my gosh, it's actually metal. You look at the Hyundai headlights, they've done a really good job of creating their own sense of look and their own sense of style. Now, whether you like it or not, that's up to you. I like the way that they've actually used some nice angular finishes. If you look at the line through the hood, the line through the fender, it gives it some character. You know, a lot of cars look so bland these days. You move down the vehicle and you look at things like the little extra markers on the lights and the way that the front end and the back end kind of flow together. It's almost as if it's a big, I don't know if you want to say a piece of art, but it has something that starts in the front, has a mission, and ends in the back.
The back end looks very Hyundai. If you look at this vehicle from the back, it looks very Asian. It has this large black plastic fin at the top. I'm not sure it really fits. And the tailpipes, well, they look like they come from a vehicle that has about 460 horsepower.
You know, as we go to the inside of the vehicle, it's almost the same philosophy as the outside. You know, Hyundai's done a really good job of differentiating themselves from a lot of the competitors. Big, easy to read gauges, very easy to use heating and air conditioning controls, stereo controls are easy to navigate. It's almost intuitive to the driver to be able to know where everything is. Now, when you talk about some of the materials on the inside, I think they're top notch for a vehicle that's still only about 35 grand. When you look at the way that you can kind of slide into the inside, you shut the door, it feels solid, and I think that transfers even into the back.
It does. It feels really nice in the back here. There's plenty of room, more room than I expected, although similar to the CX-9. And of course, this vehicle has the wireless headphones, the remote, the DVD player. And one thing you don't always see in the back, it has its own stereo system, so you don't have to control that from the front. You can put CDs in here and you can control them from the back. Plenty of room and plenty of electronic amenities right here in the back.
I want to spend just a couple more minutes in the interior before we move on to the next segment. It's what you get for the money. I have to keep reiterating that. It's things like keyless entry, tilt telescopic wheel, all the radio controls are in the steering wheel, all the little amenities that you get, like all the little stowage compartments in the front end, make it easy to live with the vehicle. I think that people that are buying these type of vehicles are going to find that the ease of ownership really does shine through. When you look at things like the 100,000-mile warranty that goes bumper to bumper, all the amenities as far as the build quality is concerned, it really does show that someone looking for a mid-size or even that small to mid-size SUV really does need to shop the Veracruz.
We've come to the part of the show. I'm going to ask you, Dennis, for your 2-ups on this vehicle.
Well, the first one's easy. It's the value. When you look at the amount of amenities that you get for $35,000, and that's the price tag on this little Veracruz, I mean, you're talking about heated leather seats, great dynamic stereo system, DVD players, third row, ABS, all the airbags you could possibly put in one vehicle. It's amazing, and it is, like I said, the cornerstone of the Hyundai brand. Now, when you take the other side of that, it's the warranties. 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty bumper to bumper, 7-year, 70,000-mile on the powertrain. It proves that Hyundai not only builds a good vehicle, and I can see that by the way that it feels when I drive it, but they're willing to back it up.
Now, what's your down?
Well, my down is something I just mentioned, that third row seat. At my size, 6'2", 230, 240 on a bad day, it's kind of a bear to get into.
My 2-ups for this vehicle are fairly simple. The value, I've just got to reiterate that. This is an incredible vehicle for the amount of money you pay. Also on the inside, electronics. It's very rare that you see a vehicle in this price break with so many great electronics in the front and also the back for your rear seat passengers. My down for this vehicle is it's got a lot of little interesting styling cues, but when you put it all together, this vehicle, to me, very vanilla.
The 2007 Hyundai Veracruz SE all-wheel drive comes standard with a 3.8-liter dual-overhead cam V6 and a 6-speed automatic transmission. The base price is $29,705 with a suggested retail price as tested of $35,470. The EPA city miles per gallon rating is 17 and the EPA highway rating is 24 miles per gallon.
Here are the guys that make miles around possible. The Russ Auto Group, Baxter Auto Parts, Northside Ford, Ray Reese Dealerships, 4-Wheel Parts Performance Center, Grand Prix Imports, and J. Lee's Auto Group. Thanks, guys.